This is the 2019 Lincoln Nautilus Reserve edition. It's the 2.7 liter turbocharged V6 engine. It puts out 335 horsepower and about 380 pound-feet of torque at about 2,500 RPMs. It comes in 20-inch tires with these beautiful rims. On this one I have the Michelin Defender 2 tires. They're very good, very good. Good grip on the concrete. Look at those beautiful lights. And the wonderful Lincoln grille with the Lincoln logo on it. Beautiful car. Usually when you come, it's usually up to 8 feet from the car. It lights up. There's a projector under this side mirrors that projects Lincoln on the floor. It's like a welcome projection. And by the way, the mirrors are power folding. Wonderful car. To get into it, let's do this from the driver's side. To get into the car, all you have to do is this, and it opens. And to lock it, when it opens, the power folding mirror is open. When you lock it, if you don't want to lock it with the key fob, all you have to do is there's a grill right there. You just put your finger on it and it locks. You can do that on either the front, the side driver's seat, or on the passenger driver side or the passenger side. It doesn't matter. This is beautiful. Also, you can unlock this car using codes. Look at those projections, those numbers. You can have a personal access code that you can use to lock on or unlock it. You can also lock and unlock this car using the car app, and of course you can use the key fob. You can also start the car on the key fob. You can also open the trunk with this key fob. So if you press, this is open, this is lock. If you press this 2X twice, you lock once and you press this twice. Yeah, it starts the car. That's how you start the car. And then to open the trunk, you press this twice. And there you go. There are other ways to open this trunk. Sorry, on the trunk you have my work shoes and my soccer shoes, football shoes. So, another way to close this is you hit that button, or you just kick under it like this. And it closes. Beautiful. It has 2.7 turbo all-wheel drive, and then Lincoln behind it. Wonderful lights behind, tail lights. To open the fuel tank or the gas tank, all you have to do is to press on this, and it opens. And it doesn't have a cover for the tank. It has an automatic close lead. Once you put the gas nozzle or the fuel nozzle in it, it opens. After fueling, once you pull it out, it closes automatically. So that's beautiful. It also comes with the Sirius FM. It's like a global radio thing. Lincoln right there, it illuminates. Beautiful interior. We'll still get into this and drive it. Panoramic sunroof. rear seats are comfortable. They're also heated. That's my bag and my sweater right there. And this comes down, and once you push this button, it opens 2 cup holders. You can also close it. The controls on the rear end comes with 2 Bluetooth USB ports, and I think this is called a 12-volt jack or whatever. And then these are controls for the temperature of the seats, the heated seats. I like the black seats, the black seat and the silver accents on the door. It's a very good combination. Love it. These windshield wipers, they also behave independently. When you put on the settings, if it starts raining, it has a rain sensors, and it can sense that the rain is falling and starts wiping, just in case if the person driving is a novice and doesn't know how to turn on the windshield wipers. It comes on its own and gets the job done. This car is on, but it's very, very quiet. You just hear it humming and idling. The headlamps are very, very sensitive, and they are adaptive. The beams are adaptive. When there is a car coming towards you and they're flashing their own lights, it dims. And when it's just you and the road in front of you is very dark, it beams. The high beams come on. So I enjoy that. Also, when you turn the steering, the beams follow the direction of the steering, so you are never driving in darkness. So this is fantastic. This is what it looks like under the hood. I like the fact that things are, you can literally see where things are. Got the battery right there. The engine air filter is right there. The engine oil gauge is right there. The opening for the oil, the engine oil is right there. You just know where things are in the car. I do my oil change by myself, so I'm very familiar with this bay. One of the things I love about this car is the fact that I can start this car from literally anywhere. Anywhere, literally. If I have the phone app with me, all I have to do is open it and I can start the car. I can also stop the car anywhere, from anywhere, and I can lock and unlock it. I can see my service history. I can also schedule a service with Lincoln dealership on the app. What else can I do on it? I can also see the location of the car and connect straight to Google Map and locate the car. So wherever this car is, whether it's on or not, I can see the last place the engine was shut off. So this car is one of those cars that you literally cannot steal. Also, this car will not drive unless the key fob is inside the car. There is no way around it. The way they built it, no way around it. Either the key fob is in it, or you can't drive it. It's not going to run. So this is beautiful. I haven't had any problems whatsoever with this car. Not one thing has failed. And yes, I highly, highly recommend this car. Next thing is we're going to get into it, see what the driving impressions are, and appreciate the car more. There's a lot of maturity and also simplicity in the way the car infotainment system, the dashboard generally, is arranged. On the infotainment system, first of all, you can see right there, you can see the Revel. The Revel logo right there is the premium sound system on this Reserve edition of the Nautilus. Here is the audio, here is the climate, Right there is the steering temperature. You can, when you hit that, it heats up. That's for the entire cabin, the general cabin climate right there. Here is the AC, and it has dual zone climate, so you can see on the right and on the left. You can also make the whole thing automatic. I like that this car comes with a CD port. You can play CD. I love that. I don't want that to go away on cars. I love the knobs. You know, here you can tune. Okay, so when I switch that, it's just going to switch the music. You know, if you turn that very quickly, it just goes as quickly as you turn it. So and here is volume, up and down, and so on. I like that. You can also turn off the audio while it's playing. Let's say you're on a phone call and this is playing at the same time. You can just hit that button and then it goes off. It has auto hold. When you get to a stoplight or a traffic light, and you want your car to stop moving, even when you take your foot off the accelerator, you turn that on, and that's what it does. And this is automatic glove box opener. You close it manually, but you open it using this button. It works even when the car is turned off, so that's very good. And these are buttons for controlling the car seat temperature. Now the seat is heated, the left seat, both seats in front, right and left, you know, passenger and driver, are heated and cooled. So the blue button is for cooling and the red button is for heating, and depending on the number of times you press it, it will increase or decrease the intensity or the temperature of the seats. These are all buttons. Now someone may wonder, oh, these buttons that they have writings on them, you know, won't those things scratch off? No, those lights are under the button, they are not on the button, so you couldn't scratch away the writing on that. So that's beautiful. That's where you turn on the car engine, start and stop. These are the gears. It doesn't have manual gears, you know, gears that you hold and move. It has buttons, and these things work perfectly. Both on my previous Lincoln MKX and this Nautilus, I've never had any problems with it. This handle controls the rear. That's the rear windshield wiper right there, and you can control, you know, other things like put it on automatic, put it on high intensity or low intensity. On the steering on the right side, you have this for controlling drive modes. This is for controlling your voice commands, and this is just to go back from one interface to the other. And down here you can pick and drop a call, and here you can control display, you know, your central display on your dashboard, what you want to show, whether you want your mileage, your range, your whatever you want to see, you can control it. And this is settings. You can use it to you know, change drive modes, how you want the car to, how do you want the suspension to behave, things like that. And of course, here, anywhere you hit, right here is the horn. On the left side, you have the volume control and the song select, right and left. And down here, this entire area is for your cruise control. You turn it on here, you turn it off here, you reset here, you cancel, and then you decrease or increase the speed at which you want the car to run. So this car comes with two different audio systems. The Revel sound controls, you know, your music, you know, anything that plays on the CD or via Bluetooth or via Apple CarPlay. So say you're playing something on Spotify. However, this Beats audio right here is specifically for your radio. You know, it's very beautiful how it sounds. This is where you select the seat memory, and on this side is your both front and back side windows. Here you control your side mirrors, both left and right. On the driver's side, you can control both right and left side mirrors, which is beautiful. You don't want someone on the passenger seat controlling your mirror. They don't need it. You need it to drive, so you have absolute control of that. This car also comes with child lock. You know, once the car is moving, this button, this bulb right there turns red when it's locked. Kids cannot open this car from the back. So very beautiful car right here. There is a huge space right here with a Bluetooth charging port right there, and it has a wireless charging bay right there. You keep your phone there while driving and it charges, and you can just close this, so you don't need the Bluetooth. Rather you can just throw your phone, just lay it down there and it charges. There's 2 cup holders here. This is an automatic air freshener. I charge it in the phone, I hit this button, and then it just goes in here. Huge space. You can keep a phone, a wallet, money, whatever in there. And even down there is a deeper one with one Bluetooth charger, and also this port for if you want to connect a tire pump, you know, whatever. You connect it right there. This car also comes with a space for your sunglasses. You hit that button. I have one there. Oh, it just fell off. Yeah. And these are your lights, cabin lights. This control opens and closes the moon roof, and these areas just open the latch, not the actual glass, just the latch that covers it, the shade, you know. And then here you have it's like your home link system, you know, garage opener. You can pair this to your garage door and open it when just hit the button, and it opens when you're at a certain distance away from your home, or when you're in your driveway, hit that and it opens your garage for you. So this is beautiful. So this car is very comfortable. The seats, especially the front seats, have so many options for adjustment. Even the headrest is adjustable. Even the steering wheel is power adjustable steering wheel. You can adjust it. You can bring it forward, backwards, down and up. You know, there are so many options on how you can tweak the positions to make you more comfortable, depending on your height and your size and all that. You can also save. The seats have memory, so you can save up to 3 settings for your seats. So I have setting number 1. So if someone has driven this car before, if someone has driven it and then I'm coming back to drive it, say a family member, my wife, whoever, when I come back, if they made any adjustments to how I like to set the seats, I'll just press 1, you know, when the car is parked, and it comes back to that memory, the one that I chose. So that's beautiful. The steering wheel is heated, so you can get comfortable on very cold weather during winter, for instance. After staying out of the car for a while and the car is cold in and out, you can, in fact, I can start the car on my phone and have the last settings I had, you know, activate from the steering to the seats. You know, they can warm up for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and then I come in and everywhere is cooking. The whole car is marinated, and then I'll step in and drive. This car is quite powerful for an SUV. 355 horsepower, almost 400 pound-feet of torque. So it has a substantial amount of get up and go. Pulls. It pulls. This thing goes 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.8 seconds, thereabouts. So this is the 0 to 60 time on this car is actually faster than that of a Dodge Durango RT, and that's a car that has like 5.7. It's a 5.7 liter V8, naturally aspirated V8, and this is a 6. But you know, it's not whether it's a V8 or a V6 that determines the speed of the car, how fast the car can go. There are so many things, you know, the weight of the car compared to the power it has, you know, is a whole mixture of torque, horsepower, and weight of the car. Other factors include whether it is a front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or an all-wheel drive, things like that. This car, by the way, is an all-wheel drive. It's a very brilliant all-wheel drive. It makes the adjustments by itself, just like a Lexus RX, a modern Lexus RX would do. It also has a beautiful adjustable, brilliant suspension. It adapts based on the terrain of where you are driving. The suspension adapts to make you more comfortable. It also has a sport mode with paddle shifters, so you can shift this thing. There you go. So you can shift, you know. It goes very, very quickly. The lag time from the time you step on your gas, you push your foot on the accelerator to the time it takes off is barely a second. For a car that is not necessarily a performance car, it has more power than is required in a regular cozy SUV. And SUVs are not necessarily built for performance generally, they are built for comfort. And this is a luxury car. The strong suit of this car on paper should be comfort, you know, and luxury. But on top of that, it has a bit of performance to it, so I do enjoy this. By the way, by the time this video is posted, this car would have been sold. So this is pretty much, I'm going to be recorded, this video will be recorded across 2 days, different parts of it over 2 days. So this is a day or two before this car is sold. A friend of mine has made an offer that I cannot refuse, and I'm not losing any money on the car, not a dime. I've used this car for 6 months since I bought it. No regrets. I haven't spent a dime repairing anything on this car. I've done 2 oil changes on it. First one at the dealership, second one by myself. I've been on a few road trips with this car. I and Adugo have had fun in this car. I've hauled my entire family in this car, you know, several uncountable times. It's my daily driver as well. I go to work every day in this, so I've absolutely enjoyed this, you know. And I'm excited about the next thing I'm going to buy. I've studied it, I've looked it up. I haven't actually test driven it, but I know I have an idea how it feels. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, so I'm not going to be saying anything specific to that car. But it's a car that I have a lot of regard and respect for. You know, if I'm not driving this, that's exactly what I would drive. So I'm excited about it. It's going to be just as luxurious as this, if not slightly more. We'll see. And my next car, this car was dedicated to Adugo, so this car has been Adugo's car for the past 6 months. My next car will be dedicated to my father for a bunch of reasons. One, because of how mature the car is, that's one. And two, because I would also attach it to the legacy that my father left, and how I I and my siblings, all of us, are trying to walk, that path and improve on it as much as possible. So that car will exist to honor my father. I'll probably change my my plate number, to something related to my father, just to give that honor to him for as long as I will have that car. At least I might keep the plate number longer or not, but at least for as long as I will have that plate number, it's just to honor my father. My current plate number is after my name. I don't care so much about naming things after me or putting my name on things. I really don't care. I have the rest of my life to do that wherever, whenever, and however I want. But I think I can, share this piece of my journey, this part of my journey, and this part of me with my father's legacy. So that car will exist to honor my father. Well, back to the car. This car drives so good. It's very comfortable. It's not noisy. It has double paned glass windows, which simply means there's a thin layer of plastic in between two layers of glass, and that exists to cancel out noise and make the cabin as quiet as possible. That also improves the quality of the music you play. This car comes with the, as I've explained earlier, with the Revel sound system. It's very, very good. I'm not going to play anything on the car so that this video will not be flagged for music license issues. So I'm not going to play anything. But this car is good. Sounds good, drives good. Basic maintenance. Many people don't understand. If you don't understand a car, you might judge it so harshly, quickly, and wrongly. Not many people across the world drive Lincolns. And there's a very specific category of people that drive Lincolns. And those people understand Lincolns. I tend to understand Lincolns. This is my second Lincoln. I haven't had any problems with Lincoln. I don't have any negative review about Lincoln whatsoever. So I love this car. Would it be my last Lincoln? Probably not. The next thing I'm buying is not a Lincoln. Okay, I'll tell you that much. But I do believe that at some point again, perhaps after that car, the next one might be a Lincoln again. That's how much I have come to love Lincolns. Visibility in this car is good, as you can see. Front, side, and rear. Very, very good. You don't have to telescope your upper body and move your head around like a monkey to be able to see things. The mirrors are good, very, very pliable. They are power adjustable mid-side mirrors, and it has a blind spot monitoring system that notifies you with yellow lights whenever anything is approaching from either side of the car, which is very good. It also has rear parking sensors with park assist. So this is a very solid car. Sometimes you wouldn't know. There have been times when I was literally doing 90 where I'm not supposed to be doing 90. And I wouldn't know how fast I'm going. And then I look at the, what is it called? Is it not tachometer, speedometer. And then I'm like 94, 95. I'm like, Jesus Christ. If the police see me, they're going to slap a ticket on me. And then I'll have to slow down real quick. So sometimes this car can be, the speed and how you perceive it can be quite deceptive. Not that you want to speed, you necessarily want to speed, but you're enjoying the ride quality, you're enjoying the experience, the driving experience so much that you don't know how hard you are pushing on the accelerator. That's how good this car. You have to be mindful of your speed, literally mindful of your speed. Otherwise, you'll be pushing the limits, and attracting highway patrol towards you, or highway police towards you. Speeding tickets will be calling your name, so you have to be very careful when driving this. So, next driver, be careful. This car has not gotten a speeding ticket. I've never gotten a speeding ticket before. Please don't get one. So around corners, this car does very well. It recognizes corners. It handles its weight properly around corners. So when you roll the car around the corner, it doesn't do this. It just balances. You hear just two movements, basically 1, 2, and then the suspension adjusts, and then it just navigates it. Just goes through it like a boss, like a champ. So this car is good. If you're doing a long road trip, you don't have to worry about stopping to rest because your back is hurting. You will only make two kinds of stops. Well, 3. 1, to ease yourself, squeeze your bladder. 2, to buy fuel, to buy gas. Even this car gas mileage is good. It's averaging 22. You can get more on the highway, and overall you can get a good 360 to 400 miles on this thing. If you're doing a long road trip, on a full tank you can get around 380 to 400 miles, which is very good. Which means that you can drive for a good 4 to 4.5 hours in this car without having to stop to buy fuel. That's very impressive in my opinion. Not many SUVs can do that these days. So it doesn't knock you on gas. It uses regular gas, so you don't have to worry about buying premium. So this car is not high maintenance. It's an expensive, luxurious car without the expensive maintenance of its German competitors. So compared to BMW X5, X6, Mercedes GLC 350, it's quite affordable to maintain. It's even cheaper to maintain than the Lexus RX, and still competes in reliability with the Lexus RX. In terms of reliability on cars in this category, I think the Lexus RX and the RX 350 and the RX 450 hybrid are the most reliable, followed by the Lincoln Nautilus, and then you can start talking about other ones. Perhaps 1 or 2 other cars in this category before the Mercedes GLC and the BMW X5 and X6. So those cars might be Volvo and Mazda, at least. And you can even mention how could I miss this? The Acura MDX before you get to. So Lexus RX 350, Lexus RX 450 hybrid, the Lincoln Nautilus, the MDX, and Volvo and Mazda before Mercedes and BMW. In terms of reliability, there are differences in power. The German versions are, of course, more powerful than I would say the Lexus. Except if you are talking about the Lexus RX 350 F Sport, which is the one that has a more sporty suspension. So it drives a bit differently than the regular RX 350. It also has Sport Plus, which is a more stiffened suspension option on that car. And by the way, and then difference is also in the looks, in the appearance of those cars, aesthetics of those cars, huge differences. But yeah, the Lincoln Nautilus is very powerful. It's fast, one of the fastest in this category actually. It's really, really, really quick. You can see the beautiful panoramic sunroof. I love panoramic sunroofs. You know, my Lincoln MKX had it. This one has it. All the SUVs I've owned, they all had panoramic sunroofs. The only car I have owned, or two cars that I've owned that didn't have the panoramic sunroof, were my Ford F-150, and my Dodge Challenger. A Dodge Challenger is a muscle car. It doesn't really need sunroof or moonroof, anything at all, and it's it's not a sedan, it's a coupe. So you don't judge those cars with those things. So I didn't care, I didn't need it, and I didn't have it. The Ford F-150 had a moonroof, so which is just like the front half of this. But the MKX and this, they both have the panoramic sunroof. And the next car I'm buying will of course have a panoramic sunroof. It's just beautiful. It's just, Adugo loves it. My daughter loves that. She sits back in her seat behind, and there's a mirror right there on the headrest of the right rear seat, and I can see her from the center mirror right here. I can see Adugo through that mirror behind, and we can look at each other, you know, wink at each other. I can call her, she can look on that mirror and see me, and we can laugh. She likes to look up at the panoramic sunroof. She enjoys it. So I'm going to make sure that I have that in the next car, so that she probably wouldn't know the difference between this car and the next one. These are things I will explain to her when she grows up and when she can understand these things. But yeah, I'll make sure that I get that so she can continue enjoying, and we can enjoy our interactions as well. When I am driving in big cities, this panoramic sunroof comes in very handy, because either me or anyone traveling with me, especially anyone at the back, can look at, you know, skyscrapers from this panoramic. So it becomes like a glass, or a window through which they can see the city and enjoy it. Not just, so if I'm driving through a long, busy and, you know, studded, like skyscraper studded street, and you can't see so much unless you can look up. So if this car didn't have a moonroof or a sunroof, you just can't enjoy that. You miss out. There is just so much you can see from the windshield. But if you can also see from the windshield and be able to look up and see stuff, it's beautiful. People that I traveled with, you know, my wife, even my mom, you know, they've been able to enjoy that. It's beautiful. I can't see that. I don't care so much about that if I'm the one driving, because I am closest to the windshield as possible compared to the people at the rear, at the back seats. So I can see so much in front of me, but those at the back seat can't see so much. So they will be the ones who would rely on that option to be able to see more. So that's one of the several advantages of a panoramic sunroof. You know, you can look up, and you know, you can also open the moonroof, you know, and allow natural air to flow in. Actually, I'm going to do that. There's a sound it makes because there's a little meshwork of a net up there that filters wind, you know, and removes debris and dirt, prevents them from coming into the car. And as air flows through that net, it makes a peculiar sound. Let me see. So you hear it's like a whoosh. It's a quiet sound. I love to listen to that sound. I love it. I don't know if the next thing I'm buying has that, but I wish and I hope it does. You hear that sound? It's a silent, therapeutic whoosh sound, you know. It just reminds you to calm down and enjoy. Closing it right back. Boom, it's closed. And then the cabin goes quiet again. I just love that. These are some of the creature comforts that come with this car that I do cherish. This car also has a front collision warning. Say you're driving and you doze off and you're very close to hitting somebody, the car beeps, an alarm goes off to, you know, nudge you to, hey, be in control, wake up, control your car, don't hit somebody, so you don't rear end the person in front of you. So that's very good. It has a lot of safety features. You have to be really, really stubborn for you to hit someone with this car. Unless someone runs into you, then that's a completely different thing. You don't have so much control over that. But you have to be really, really stubborn, really, really adamant, really, really insensitive for you to hit someone with this car. If you're driving for a while and you've been veering from, it has lane keeping assist. So if you've been driving and you've been, departing from your lane, you can set the car to correct that for you. So whenever you leave your lane, the car will steer itself back into place. Or you can just set the car to notify you, and the steering will vibrate to remind you that, hey, you're departing from your lane, come back. I like to have if I'm doing a long road trip, the stakes are much higher. You can slip off. You don't know when you will get tired and start feeling sleepy. And even when you know that you're getting tired and you're feeling sleepy, you may be minutes, if not 10 minutes away, tens of minutes away from the next resting point or the next gas station. So you would rely on these safety features just to carry you through, to bring you to where you can, rest and recoup your energy before you continue. So I like to leave it on lane keeping assist with automatic correction, and the car will correct itself whenever I try or whenever I tend to vacate my lane. So that's very good. It helps a lot on long road trips. Sometimes out of sheer mischief, I would want to have the lane keeping assist on and have the cruise control on. When you have these two things on at the same time, you have actually activated some kind of automatic or independent driving, and the car will do that. But after like a few seconds, maybe 15 to 20 seconds, the car will remind you to put your hand on the steering, that this is not a Tesla. So hey, be in control, put your hand on the steering. We are not doing that. But you can activate those settings and just touch the steering once in a while and just enjoy the drive. Touch the steering once in a while your foot is off the accelerator. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay.